onto group therapy and their charity compilation, which came out on the 2nd of April and features some amazing artists like The Big Moon and Sinead O'Brien and Regressive Left, who I played earlier, and a whole host of brilliant emerging creatives. So here's a snippet of my chat with Tash. The full interview can be read on the Underground England blog. And for the remainder of the show, I'll be playing songs from the group therapy compilation picked by Tash and Ella, and maybe some from me as well. And the entire volume can be bought from their Bandcamp page for a mere £7. Right.
Okay. So I suppose, yeah, for those who don't know, kind of why and when did you begin group therapy?
So it was definitely Ella's sort of brain spark to begin with. So she came up with the idea at the beginning of the pandemic and approached me about whether or not I'd like to get involved. And I was like, yes, definitely, sounds great. So it's half about sort of raising money for charities that are really hard hit during the pandemic, and half about sort of providing an output for creative people that have maybe lacking in some inspiration during this difficult time, and putting out music that might otherwise not have a space because it's very much demos and collaborations and covers, and there's maybe not a traditional release route for those things. So it's like a really nice kind of musical community idea, both like supporting each other by raising money, but also in a creative aspect as well.
Definitely. And I think it's so nice how like playful all the songs are. Well, not the songs themselves, but that we can include things that wouldn't be on a traditional album. You know, it's not corporate led, and so bands had a bit more freedom and kind of, yeah, space to play. And I mean, the quantity and the quality is pretty overwhelming. I mean, both volumes, I mean, the first one had like 60 something artists. The new one's got 54 tracks on it. Is it 54, 52?
I think it might be 55. I can't remember off the top of my head, which is really bad.
Yeah, I mean, how did you guys go about gathering and curating and contacting all those people?
Well, we're both really fortunate in that we both work in the industry. So Ella's a musician in PBA, and she's also CZ Bop on the Volume 2 release. Because I work in management, we've just kind of immersed ourselves in a world with amazingly talented people, and we're really lucky. So as soon as we started reaching out, it was kind of crazy how much people were up for getting involved. Like it was really heartwarming, actually. Like basically everyone said yes, and the only reasons people said no was if it clashed with other release commitments. So it was just, the response was amazing. And I think like with the first release, the charities we chose, it was like the Music Venue Trust was doing such great work to help independent venues that were struggling at the beginning of the pandemic. So I think something that people really connected to. And again, the two charities we've raised money for this time, the mental health charities, like everyone's had such a difficult time. And mental health is something that both me and Ella have experienced problems with. So I don't know, it's a very like unifying thing at the moment. And I think people were really keen to get involved and do something for those causes. So as soon as you kind of put the word out there, and then people were like, oh, this artist can't, but I know this artist. And it was really like word of mouth. It was very natural. We've already got a list for Volume 3 as well, which is great.
Ooh, when, is there any spoilers you can say about Volume 3? Do you have any sort of dates for that yet? Or
we would love to get it out at before the end of the year. But we're also working on doing some stuff in real life as well, some events-based things, which hopefully we'll have more news on soon.
Oh, that's so exciting. Yeah, I was wondering if it was just going to be a kind of lockdown length project, but it's nice that you'll be able to bring it out into the real world.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of learning on the job, as it were, which is nice. Like, and it's definitely as much a thing for us to work on as it is for everyone else who's contributing. But we both really loved it, and the response has been amazing. So yeah, we're keen to keep it going if possible.
Brilliant. And yeah, the track listings like so seamless on volume 2, and the songs flow into each other so nicely. And I was just, how on earth did you put like 50 odd songs in a cohesive order? It just sounds like an absolute jigsaw of a...
That is all Ella. She's amazing. She's got such an incredible ear for these things, and like she mastered all the tracks as well.
Wow.
She's just brilliant, and I'm constantly in awe of her. She's done such an amazing job. So yeah, that's just Ella being the talent that she is. She also did all the design work for this release. All the artwork is with her as well.
Wow, such a multi-talented duo.
I mean,
it's brilliant.
It's definitely fortunate that it was during the lockdown times, because it meant we had like hours to work on it rather than getting distracted by other things. So that definitely helps.
It's a good hobby. And both volumes were available physically as cassette tapes, and I was just wondering, why did you guys choose that medium?
It was, well, from a practical point of view, because of the amount of tracks, if you were going to put it onto vinyl, which I think is like a format that everyone loves, you just end up with like 50 discs because you're really limited by how much you can get on. And so cassette tapes felt like a really sort of affordable way to have all the tracks together. But we really wanted to do something tangible, because there's something so nice about holding the release that you've worked on, and the like physicality of it is really special, I think. So it just felt sort of the best option, I think, with all the tracks.
Yeah, definitely. Nice and portable as well. I think I'm gonna have to try and find my mum's old like Walkman.
Yeah.
Order.
And we have so much fun choosing the actual shells of the cassettes as well. Like the cassette people send a website with like, you can choose all the different colors, and like and so we've got like these ones that like split black and white like down the middle. They look so cool. So I get really excited about that.
Yeah, I think and it's so important to have something physical and to show for it, and something to keep and hold on to. I think that's the problem with downloads, isn't it? They just get disappeared into the ether somewhere. So it's really nice to have a solid work. And as well as that, you've also put together the series of online masterclasses that you did probably a few months ago now, which offered insights into getting a foot in the door of the music industry. I was just wondering if you've experienced much kind of gatekeeping yourself in the industry.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've worked in the music industry since I was 21, and I'm 30 now. So I've definitely